69 degrees in downtown Sylacauga this morning. Hot today, so watch it out there and be careful with the heat index value is well over 100 degrees today, and so check on your loved ones. Maybe you've got some older folks live around you. Make sure they're taken care of as far as not get overheated, and your animals also. Hot today with a high near 99 degrees. That's a wrap for me on Daybreak Live. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope to see you again bright and early in the morning, 5:30 for news, sports, and weather. Don't forget the presidential debate tomorrow night. And today, of course, is World Drug Day. I'm Jim Adele. See you again tomorrow morning. Until then, God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe, everyone.
Good morning, rise and shine. Are we really? There we are. Good morning. See, the camera wasn't up. It's not supposed to. What do you mean it's not supposed to be? Good morning and rise and shine. It's Oven Odyssey Wednesday. We got Jeff on the floor. We got the guy in the booth. Who's in the booth today?
Jason.
Jason's in the booth. Very good. It's early morning. I got my coffee. We got Susan Chipman and Chef Dave in the house.
Oven Odyssey Wednesday.
Oven Odyssey Wednesday. We have a liver heart cake for us for.
It does look like a liver.
We're prepping for the Blueberry Festival for next year.
Yes,
we've come up with the blueberry toss.
We're prepping for 4th of July today. That's the action.
We are. That's
the 4th of July. Oh, this is right. This is 4th of July. That's right. Okay.
Holiday driven today.
So tell us what you're making for us today.
Well, we've got some beautiful smoked pork, and if you're always wondering what do I do with my leftovers, or what else can I do to jazz up the holiday season, we're going to make barbecue egg rolls today.
Barbecue egg rolls?
Barbecue egg rolls. We've got some fresh potato salad with a little fresh dill in it. We've got pasta salad and barbecue egg rolls, and that's what's happening. That's what's going down today.
I've never heard of a barbecue egg roll.
Well, me either. So we're going to try it today and see how it rolls.
You know the wraps you get at what's that restaurant that does the lettuce wraps? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, those are good, but that's not barbecue egg rolls.
But you can't fry lettuce, so
you can't fry lettuce.
Sure you can.
Well, we could try.
We fry everything in the South.
Everything.
We are going to fry some
butter. You can.
We're going to do a little.
Lettuce.
We're going to make a little fresh slaw with this. We've got some barbecue sauce, our homemade Dad's Byron's famous barbecue sauce.
There you go.
Got a little mayo for our slaw action. We've got some fresh sea salt, the smoked pork. 13-hour labor of love with this guy. We smoked it with
and I still question that, because
applewood.
It's not that you're actually working for 13 hours.
It is work. You have to monitor the temperature of the smoker continuously.
So you have a smoker.
Oh yes.
So what is the best for home use? Because you're like Chef Dave, you have a huge restaurant, you probably have a big smoker.
Well, for home use, I use a Weber bullet smoker, and it's an 18-inch smoker. It's about yay tall, and it's got a heat sink well that you can put either water or sand, or I like to put apple cider vinegar in it. And what that does is it just distributes the heat and keeps it stable. And it's a set it and forget it kind of smoker. It's a charcoal smoker.
See?
Yeah.
Throw apple wood. We cut down an apple tree last year, and the Shipmans were kind enough to provide me with a lot of wood for it. So I've got smoked chips for life for a while. And so
apple wood
we smoked up
Yes.
it was about a 7 or 8 pound butt. Smoked it for 13 hours. We put our homemade rub on it. I made the homemade barbecue sauce. So that's what we've got. So it's holiday season, we've got some extra pork. We're going to make egg rolls with this, and we're going to do it barbecue style. So we're going to dice up some pickles, make a little slaw, put the barbecue, a little mayo in the slaw, fry them up, and go from there.
Yay.
This sounds like you just invented it.
Yeah, well, a couple hours ago, but
Okay,
I
so this
think
is going to be an
We talked
original
about this
recipe. I
yesterday.
mean, they're all original
Yeah.
recipes
Yeah,
in the book,
yeah.
but this
Yes.
one is under the
Schemed up.
chapter of what do you do with everything you've got left over.
absolutely.
Ah,
And you know,
Nice.
with me, recipe is a tall order, so it's kind of a
that's why we have Susan.
Yes,
exactly.
that's
She's got,
Someone
all
must
those
document.
literary degrees that
Yes.
she used to write.
Admin thing.
So we've got some
Yeah.
canola oil in the pot here. We're trying to get it up to 350. And it's getting close. It's at about 300 right now.
So that's not olive oil, that's,
No, I would never want to fry with olive oil unless I'm just sauteing something. So it's got a lower flash point. So we want an oil that's not going to smoke before it gets hot enough. So
Gotcha, okay.
good canola oil, good vegetable oil. Peanut oil is fantastic if you can do that without going into anaphylactic shock. We've got some fresh cabbage here, and we're gonna make we're just gonna sliver this up.
see, that just looks well done. All you're doing is just cutting it off. It looks like,
Just shaving it. And then you know what? You can put slaw, you can cube up your cabbage and put it in a food processor. It works great. Make some quick slaw that way. A little mayo, a little white vinegar, and salt and pepper, and you're there. And you want to shred up some carrots and put it in there, go for it.
so you're making it look really easy because you have a very sharp knife.
Speaking of which, I have some knives that really need your attention.
You know what? And I bet a lot of our viewers do too. And if we can help you with that, just give us a call. We'll be happy to come out to the house, sharpen up your blades, and get you back in business. 'Cause
Yes.
Do you
a
have
dull
a,
knife is a dangerous knife.
do you have a special knife sharpener?
I have a several knife sharpeners and some other knife sharpening tools. So we slivered this cabbage. We're going to cross cut it here and get it a little finer for our egg roll. You know, sharpening knives is really just about patience. It's not something you can do quickly. You can hone them with a rod and keep them tight. But if you're like most of us, you probably neglect your kitchen tools, and they need some attention, and we're happy to come on out and get that done for you.
I have a sharpening stone, but it doesn't seem to be doing the job, and that's probably because I'm not doing it correctly.
You know, stones are great for a lot of things, pocket knives, for instance. But you know, it's when you're using a stone, it requires a lot more skill because you got to get the angle just right. If you don't have the angle right, you're probably damaging your blade versus sharpening your blade.
Excellent.
What about the electric sharpeners?
I use one. I have a nice one, and it's pretty effective. But again, you've got to have your technique right.
For the electric sharpener, you have
Yep,
to have technique?
absolutely. If you go side to side on the electric, or even with a stone or whatever you've got, what you're doing is what you want to do is go several times on one side, and then several times on the other, and then again, and then again. And I count to 10. I go 10 on one side, 10 on the other, then I go 9 and 9, 8 and 8, until I get it down, and then I put it on the honer and do the same thing. And what happens is, when you're sharpening a knife, you sharpen this side, and what it does is it puts a burr on this side. So you keep putting that burr on there, and then you come on the other side and you take that burr off. And you put the burr on the other side, and then you come back and you take that burr off, and you continue that process until you're ready to hone, and that's what gives you a nice edge. You can run it through once or twice, and it's sharp for the first time, but what's sharp is the burr. So as soon as the burr comes off, it's not sharp anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what happens is the metal, before you sharpen it, the blade is like this. right? So it's been damaged, it furs up like that, and then when you sharpen it, you curve it and you put a burr on it. And take that burr off and you put the other burr on it. And you keep doing that until you just have a good sharp blade.
Excellent.
And then you hone it. So
All right, and you do the,
that's in a nutshell, or you can just call me
yeah, all
and
right.
we'll get it done for
There
you.
you go.
Call us at Oven Odyssey and we'll come out and get all your tools nice and ready for the season.
In home, when is the season? What is
It's right now, we're here.
This is barbecue season.
Summertime, it's barbecue season. So we've got our cabbage diced up fine. We've got our pork. I chopped it a little bit. I'm going to put the cabbage in a bowl. Put a little bit of mayonnaise in there.
Didn't even look like it came off your fingers.
Some of it did. Going to take our tongs and mix that up a little bit.
Cabbage and
A
mayonnaise.
little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh pepper. I don't want this too wet because we're going to put it in the egg roll wrapper and we're going to fry it. So we don't want it kind of extra runny inside when we fry it. Put the pork in.
Is that about a half a pound of pork?
Yeah, maybe a little less. A little barbecue sauce, whatever your favorite sauce is. You could do a nice white barbecue sauce. Those are nice.
Look at that.
Mix that up. We're going to take some pickle chips. These are bread and butter chips. I like bread and butter. You can go dill.
Are those the zesty bread and butters?
They are sweet bread and butters. Put a little dice on these guys. Whoops.
Careful.
Stay right there. Don't run away.
Knock our table over. Look at that.
And put those guys in. So we've got all the components of our favorite barbecue sandwich. And a little more sauce. Give that a quick mix.
That's a really nice barbecue sauce. Daddy was just obsessive with going through the steps and not taking any shortcuts, and it just turns out beautiful.
And this sauce is a great balance of vinegar and sweetness, and it's got fresh onions in it, sauteed onions in it, and dark brown sugar, and it's just lovely. It's really nice.
Did you make that barbecue sauce?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What? And wow. How do you do that?
Well, we start with sauteed onions, and then we add ketchup and a little mustard and some Worcestershire sauce and some
Vinegar and
dark brown sugar and vinegar.
Really?
A little lemon juice. Yeah.
Huh.
Simmer it down real nice, and it's a great balance. So we like it. That will not be in the book.
Really?
So
Why not?
that one is proprietary.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
well, the book is going to be
Yes. No.
published. That's proprietary.
It is.
That is.
It is.
I guess that's like everybody's deal. Is the sauce, right?
Yes.
That's the whole thing.
It's all about the
Absolutely.
sauce.
It's
Well,
all
yeah.
about the sauce.
You know, people are funny about their barbecue sauce like they are about their spaghetti sauce and the right flavors in there. And once you get hooked on something, that's it. That's your
Let
flavor.
me just say I will share almost everything with you, John,
but not that.
but not that.
Okay, I will just have to invent my own somehow.
Absolutely.
Or you can purchase it from Oven Odyssey and your troubles
Do you
are
sell your
over.
barbecue sauce?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, there you go. See,
Barbecue sauce, we're getting some beautiful tomatoes and tomatillas
Yes,
coming in the garden,
yes.
so we'll have fresh salsa at the farmer's market in a
And
couple of
I'm
weeks.
so
We're
excited about that.
Well, that'll be
And,
great.
Yes.
With
That'll
some
be
fresh
great.
fried chips to go with it, so you don't have to
Yes,
stop
we'll
at the
have
Wally World
salsa
for
verde and salsa
tortillas.
roja and
Yes.
salsa violeta and
Violetta
salsa
sauce.
orange.
Violetta, you make the barbecue sauce. Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll
That's a
come
good
back
idea.
and we're going to see where we are on our barbecue here on Oven Odyssey Wednesday. Rise and shine.
say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Hey everybody, I'm Larry May. I've been in the entertainment business for over 25 years. I've written for the local paper. I've interviewed a lot of touring artists and local artists here. And what I figured out is how much talent we have here in Alabama. That's why we put a new show together for you called Entertainment Alabama. Come watch us for the hottest new acts and some of your favorites that are national touring artists.
More than 2.5 million youths admitted to vaping according to data from the CDC. Teens are at a greater risk for nicotine addiction because their brains are still developing. Please talk to your children about vaping.
Although we may see things differently,
the message can still reach me.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at hughespaintandbody.com.
I'm Lacey Clance with your TV 24 News Update. Summer is officially here and it seems to be getting hotter every day with temperatures reaching nearly 100 degrees. The main source of relief from this heat is air conditioning, but Alabama Power is recommending that when it's 100 degrees outside, everyone should set their thermostats to 80 degrees. Apparently, there is something called the 20-degree rule that most of us are likely unaware of. Per WBRC, Anthony Cook with Alabama Power says that the rule is based on industry standards for the way most air conditioners are designed. He says your AC unit will typically lower the temperature in your home about 20 degrees from what the temperature is outside, meaning if it's 100 degrees outside, most homes will only get down to around 80 degrees. Cook also says that you can set your thermostat for a lower temperature, but that it might not help much and you'll end up spending more money in the long run. He says it will continue to run in order to try and reach the temperature of where you set it, but it really won't get it beyond that 20-degree mark, so you'll be wasting energy, which essentially means wasting money. For more tips, visit alabamapower.com. For more news stories like these, plus weather with a Justin Deal and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clance.
Welcome back to Oven Odyssey Wednesday on Rise and Shine. We have got barbecue action going over there with Chef Dave, and we've got some dessert action getting ready to go here with Susan, our bakeologist.
Yes.
So you got an egg now.
I have an egg. So we're going to use the egg.
Is this one of your eggs from the chickens?
This is not. This is an egg from someone else's chicken.
It's a foreign egg. Why are we using a foreign egg?
Well, that's what I had. Okay. So we're going to use foreign egg to use a little egg wash to paint our egg roll with to make it stick. So we're going to start with giving this a quick whip.
An egg wash.
To make the edges sticky so the egg roll will stay.
Okay, I got you.
Well, you can use water, but this is going to work a little better for that. So.
Yeah.
Now, are store-bought eggs better for egg washes?
Well, you know, for this, it's just kind of any egg will do. Any egg in a storm.
So basically you had a store-bought egg laying around and you had to get rid of it.
I did. You know, there's so much bacon going on the Shipman Ranch that there haven't been a lot of extra eggs.
You know, having the new rooster in with the girls has motivated them to lay more eggs, and that's fabulous. You know, we tried one rooster and a Dominecker, and he attacked me, and so he had to go. So we have a new rooster.
I think Rocky seems much better suited for the farm.
Rocky the rooster.
Pretty relaxed, yes.
So we have our egg roll wrappers, right? And you notice I've got a damp paper towel over it just to keep them from drying out while we're working with them. So yeah, anytime you're doing egg roll wrappers, wonton wrappers, phyllo dough, you want to keep that cool and moist so it doesn't dry out, because it'll dry out really quickly and then it's just ruined. So these are egg roll wrappers. They're about 5 by 5.
Lovely.
Where do you get those?
You can find them in, typically you find them in the produce section.
Okay.
Where the wonton wrappers are.
Where the wonton wrappers are. So we've got our egg roll wrapper. We've got it in a diamond formation from us, and we're going to put about 2 ounces of our coleslaw and barbecue pickle mix here. And we're going to roll this guy up like a cigar. So we're going to pull that corner over, pull it back, get it nice and tight. Bring the corners in.
Look at that.
Ta-da!
A little egg wash on the corners there, and then roll them up.
Excellent.
Excellent egg roll right there.
I'm very excited about that.
You know, Princeton University last year came up with a edible glue for that purpose.
There's a product called Moo Glue that it's a beef gelatin based product, and you can use it to if you're doing like a beef roll or a pork roll and you're stuffing it and you want it to adhere to itself, you can put the Moo Glue on there and it'll adhere.
It'll adhere.
That sounds yucky. Moo Glue.
Moo Glue.
It's one of those things chefs don't talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it'll let you do some neat things with it.
But it's edible.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's a beef product.
Yeah, there you go.
So again,
you haven't done anything to the barbecue yet. You've just mixed it all up. You didn't heat it or fry it yet. This is what's coming.
Correct.
Right. It's going to heat up in the fryer, so I won't have to worry about that. 'Cause these are nice, pretty thin little egg rolls.
So
those are lovely.
Rolling an egg roll
nice,
is a rather intense operation. If you're in a big restaurant and you have to make a lot of egg rolls, you have to have an employee that that's all they do is
Absolutely.
make egg rolls.
Or you take them out of that keep frozen box.
No. Oh, never.
Well, no, not us, but.
That's pretty neat.
So while Dave rolls and the oil cools down just a little bit, we are going to look at
your heart liver cake.
Red, white, and blueberry treats that we're going to make. And what this is actually is some scraps from red velvet cake that I prepared for a consumer. And you know, the cake's going to cook with a dome on it, and I take a leveler, which is a piece of wire that's strung on this tool, and you take that dome part off so that the cake stacks nicely and flat for frosting purposes. And so that's what this is, and we're going to take this and we're going to just cut it into some nice looking cubes, and we're going to put it into the cups that I brought with homemade whipped cream, which is super easy. Homemade whipped cream is not something to be afraid of, except for the sticker shock when you make the purchase, because it's gotten outrageously expensive. But it is just delightful and delicious, and you can absolutely tell the difference between a homemade whipped cream and
Cool Whip.
Yes. Absolutely, yes.
But I like Cool Whip.
Well, it's okay, and you can continue to like Cool Whip and eat it, and I'm perfectly all right with that, but I'm not gonna. Because I don't have to. And so we're going to just put some of these in the bottom of these little cups, and some of the cups are bigger than we want to eat this morning. And I've got the whipped cream in a piping bag with a little piping tip on it.
So how do you make the whipped cream?
I take a cup of heavy whipping cream, and put it in a large bowl because it's has the tendency to kind of be sloppy or messy, and add to that 1 cup, measure that 1 cup of whipping cream. I put 2 teaspoons of powdered sugar, confectioner sugar, because it dissolves really well and it's going to mix in really well. And you take your mixer, your hand mixer, and mix for about 3 minutes until you get the stiffness of the peak that you're looking for. That is when you turn the mixer off and you lift it up out of the whipping cream, if it's staying where you think you want it to be. I did a really stiff peak on these because they do better for squirting purposes if you have a really stiff peak, meaning that the whipped cream was pretty stiff and tight.
I feel like we've had a lot of stiff peak jokes on the show.
I think we have, and I think my doctor warned me about some of that.
You ain't right.
Something that
That's what your doctor said.
you may or may not know,
yes.
but whipping cream and heavy cream are the same thing.
Okay.
You see both names used in a lot of recipe, but it's the same thing. Half and half milk, whole milk, skim milk. It's all about fat content in the dairy products.
And we don't need any fat jokes here either.
Never.
Well,
but it is delicious, and it's so easy to do, and it comes by, you can buy it in 16 ounces or 32 ounces, depending upon how much you need and what your budget can stand. Yeah, and it stays fresh for a good while too if you're careful about the date that you're selecting. Okay, so that's how we do this, and we will show you how we eat these in a few minutes. Dave, you ready?
So we've got some egg rolls rolled up here. Our oil got a little hot while I was running my mouth, but I think we're good enough to give this a shot. So you can see where the egg wash, I mean, it's like the moo glue. It's like food glue, and it just sticks that egg roll wrapper right onto itself, and it's good to go. So,
and it won't unravel when you dip it in the...
We're going to find out.
Oh.
It's not supposed to.
So ideally our oil's at 350.
And how much oil do you have in there?
Probably more than I need, but you want enough to cover and maybe an inch higher.
Okay, so they're
deep frying. A lot of times, if you cook a lot, you don't have to throw the oil away every time you use it. Often you can recycle it and strain it off, run it through a sieve or a mesh strainer, and it'll last you a few times depending on what you're cooking in it.
Would you store your oil in the refrigerator?
No, I leave it out.
You just
leave it on the stove, put a lid on it.
Okay.
Does not need to be refrigerated.
Cover it up so the critters don't get in.
Yeah, cover it up and then strain it.
So these guys are frying up. They're going to start floating when they get close. We're going to let them get a nice golden brown color on them.
Is that what you look for, the floating?
Typically when you're frying food, when it gets close, it starts to float.
Okay.
So we got a little paper towel to drain the grease off here. Let these guys do their thing. And they're looking nice.
That's how we cook lobster. You cook them until they float. They turn red and float.
We should do that one day really soon.
Have a lobster cook? We have a lobster and seafood bisque. That's what we need to do.
That's
that would be
delicious
so good.
and beautiful.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I like a nice seafood bisque.
Me too. Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, maybe we can sample some of this lovely stuff. But stay with us here on Rise and Shine Oven Odyssey Wednesday.
Woohoo!
Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance.
At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
I'm Lacey Clance with your TV 24 News Update. Summer is officially here and it seems to be getting hotter every day with temperatures reaching nearly 100 degrees. The main source of relief from this heat is air conditioning, but Alabama Power is recommending that when it's 100 degrees outside, everyone should set their thermostats to 80 degrees. Apparently, there is something called the 20-degree rule that most of us are likely unaware of. Per WBRC, Anthony Cook with Alabama Power says that the rule is based on industry standards for the way most air conditioners are designed. He says your AC unit will typically lower the temperature in your home about 20 degrees from what the temperature is outside, meaning if it's 100 degrees outside, most homes will only get down to around 80 degrees. Cook also says you can set your thermostat for a lower temperature, but that it might not help much and you'll end up spending more money in the long run. He says it will continue to run in order to try and reach the temperature of where you set it, but it really won't get it beyond that 20-degree mark, so you'll be wasting energy, which essentially means wasting money. For more tips, visit alabamapower.com. For more news stories like these, plus weather with a Justin Beal and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clance.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Oven Odyssey Wednesday. We got Chef Dave and Susan Shipman in the house. We have our traditional Alabama fried egg roll.
Traditional egg rolls.
Yes.
Don't know that that's a thing.
They were brought to Alabama in the early 1800s.
A new tradition.
By an Irishman.
I'm going to stop before this gets ugly. Before I say something I can't take back on live TV.
Those are beautiful.
So, and that's the color we're looking for. It's nice golden brown. We kept moving them around, kept it even.
Lovely.
And I'm going to let them, I've let them rest for just a moment. And now I'm going to cut them to display a little better because I think it'll present better.
And they're super hot.
If we cut them in half, and they're super hot. So we're going to cut them on a bias.
On a what?
Sideways.
Angle.
A bias. Is that what you call that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Why would you not call that an angle?
Because we like bias.
You know, why
we have
use
to check your internal
a 25-cent word when you can use
and look
95.
how nice that egg wash.
Yes.
I mean, that's
held
like
perfect.
It held it together really well.
One piece of wrapper. Yep. They're all very tight. They're
and that egg wash was nothing more than just
an egg.
Just an egg, and you
whip it good.
Whipped it, and that's pretty interesting.
Give those guys a cut.
Nice.
Huh. plate them up on our platter with our pasta salad and our potato salad. And we've got a nice little 4th of July Independence Day appetizer.
Look at that.
Wouldn't these
That's
be great
lovely.
on a platter with some sauce in the middle and little
yes.
toothpicks
that would
in
be
there?
really good.
Right in my lap.
In your face, yes.
So the golden brown is what you're looking for when you put it in there.
The golden brown's what you're looking for. Let's talk a little bit about our sides today. We've got the, I did these last night in the kitchen. The pasta salad has feta cheese, black olives, green onions, a little basil, a little oregano, a little bit of thyme, olive oil, and a dash of red wine vinegar in it. And fresh basil would be fantastic in that. I would want to cut that in ribbons and mix that through. And it's just a nice light side, cold side for the holidays. The potato salad, boil the potatoes. When you think they're done, you probably cooked them too long. So stop ahead of time.
Do you cut them up into squares, cubes before you boil?
Yeah. And then what I do, I don't just use the cubes. I take a resting rack, a baking rack, and I put it on top of the mixing bowl, and I take those potatoes and I smash them through that rack. So I cut them in big chunks just so they cook fast. Then I smash them through the rack, which has about 1/2-inch squares in it.
Right.
And that does a great job. And you get a kind of a combination of chunky potato and some mushy potatoes in there.
And so you wait until the water boils and then you put the cubed potatoes in.
I just throw it all in there and throw it on the stove.
Okay.
Bring it up to a boil, give it about 15-20 minutes, and they're probably done. If you can stick a fork through them, they're done. Boiled eggs. So we boiled eggs for this, and we chopped them up. Mayonnaise, a little bit of yellow mustard. It's got some fresh dill in it, and sweet pickle relish.
Nice.
And of course salt and pepper, and that's about all there is to it. So there's some easy side dishes. You know, we're so quick to just run to the store and buy these things when you can make them and have a better product at home. And
interesting.
And just take your time, have fun with it. You know, if you don't love it, that's all right. It'll be better next time.
And it doesn't really take a whole lot of time either. People are freaked out about, you know, if it takes you 30 minutes in the kitchen, oh my goodness. But that's you know, it gives you such a delightful product, and it's going to take me 30 minutes to drive to the store and get through the checkout line and get home.
Absolutely. I think washing the dishes is the worst part for me.
Yes.
I love the cooking part.
So here's the question. When you wash your dishes, do you wash as you go, or do you wait until you're all done? And
I'm terrible. I wait until there's no room on the counter.
Like every chef I've ever met.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's 40 years of somebody else is going to do it.
There you go.
They don't show up.
You hire somebody to do
That's what
that.
we're missing in the
they're not around.
Is the prep person and the dishwasher.
Absolutely.
We're hiring for that position, by the way. It pays nothing.
All right, you guys ready to eat?
Give it to the rooster.
That's it. Yes.
Give it to the rooster.
Okay, we're coming over here now. We're gonna taste test our traditional Alabama
first time ever
barbecue
egg
rolls. That it looks great. It looks like something you'd see in Alabama.
On my plate.
St. Louis.
On your plate.
Something I'd see on my plate. It's fried.
Yeah.
How bad can it be, right?
How bad can it be? Heart healthy traditional Alabama barbecue egg roll.
And isn't that pretty? Wouldn't that look nice
We do need a
for your
picture of
party?
that. Could somebody take a picture of that, John, before, since I can't find
All right,
my phone?
let's get a picture. Hang on, my fancy new phone here takes very good pictures. Let's see, we'll get the. Okay, move your hand now. Let's see, we'll do it like that.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Lovely.
Lovely.
All right, let's
Lovely
see how-
indeed. All right.
That's a good picture.
There you go.
All right, we have have our utensils.
Let's do it. Sorry, I did not bring my tongs over here.
Gotta have tongs.
I brought some of our tomatoes in also. We had these orange tomatoes, and I waited to see if they were actually going to turn red, and so
Did they?
That they did not, and apparently this particular variety snuck in with the palette of other plants that we purchased, and so hello to you. We've also got a Cherokee purple here, and this is one of those purple bumblebees. That's a really super easy to grow and is looking very productive. And then the smaller red ones are sweet 100s. There's aroma in the mix here.
And there's some sweet 100s in the pasta salad.
Excellent.
As well.
Very good.
You know, the fun part about this is I just had a master chef personally plate my food.
Easy.
That's good. That's like having the artist. That's like having Michelangelo come in and
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
that's
maybe more like a house painter.
Exaggeration. Yes.
Hey,
exactly.
Rembrandt come in and paint your portrait personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob the house painter over here.
Oh my goodness. All right, are we ready to taste this?
Get in there.
Is it okay? It's not too hot.
I think you're good.
So we've got our little bias cut,
a lot. Nice.
which is good for dipping.
A little easier to manage there.
Wow.
How'd that turn out?
Wow.
See, that's really pretty too. The little.
This is amazing.
Nice.
I can see why this is a traditional.
And you know, you're hanging out in the backyard, hanging out at the pool, you need a little finger food. This is a good way to start it off while they're waiting on some other stuff to come off the grill.
That's amazing.
It's pretty too.
And it's interesting, yeah.
Interesting, he says.
It is. It's really amazing. And the sauces. So, the barbecue sauce, which is proprietary, as we know, a special Oven Odyssey, Chef Dave, Master Barbecue. What do you call that?
Barbecue
We have to
sauce.
have a marketing name for that.
It's my dad's recipe. It's a Byron's famous sauce.
Byron's famous sauce. So if you'd like some Byron's famous sauce, contact our friends at Oven Odyssey.
Give us a call or show up at the farmer's market. We'll hook you up.
The farmer's market, they've got gallons of it.
In Jacksonville.
That's the Jacksonville.
Every Saturday from 7 a.m. until noon. Noon. And trust me, this is excellent, excellent sauce. Fantastic.
And we can do these.
Pick up a lot of the stuff that you mix in with them. That's nice. Right?
Yeah, that's rotini. And, you know, different pastas have different shapes for a reason. If you're doing a lighter sauce, you want something that's got some shape to it to pick up that sauce. Doing a heavy sauce like an Alfredo or a marinara or meat sauce, fettuccine is great. Any of the long noodles, spaghetti, angel hair. But if you're doing a lighter sauce, something olive oil based or in that frame, you want to do something like this or bow tie pasta or something that's going to cling, give it some more surface area to cling to that. Cling.
There was a guy I heard interviewed a couple of years ago that invented a new pasta shape. I mean, he got an award for it. It was a big news thing because apparently people don't create new pasta shapes every day.
It's only been 1,000 years or so.
But this guy came up with a new shape and he was just playing with it at home, like you said, trying to get one that would cling to, the sauce would cling to. And he designed it and he won an award, and that's all I remember about that.
So you don't remember actually what the shape is?
I don't. I was listening to it on radio, so they didn't have a picture. But they did talk about it. It was an interesting shape.
I like this pasta salad for the holidays because so many of our dishes are very heavy. You know, you've got barbecue, you've got potato salad, you've got deviled baked beans. You know, that's some heavy food. So it's nice to have something lighter on the table that folks can enjoy. That's not going to weigh them down.
And this just tastes so. It is. It's
light,
nice
and light, simple.
It's a nice flavor.
It's not overwhelming.
It's amazing, as is the sauce.
The potato salad, I really like the fresh dill in it. I think it kicks it up a notch and gives it a little added zing that sometimes missing. I think sometimes we're a little too heavy with the mustard on potato salad, so we try to go a little lighter.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to take another break. When we get back, we're going to be still devouring our traditional egg roll barbecue. Stay with us on Oven Odyssey Wednesday.
warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller, and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of mozzarella fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upper Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News Update. Summer is officially here, and it seems to be getting hotter every day, with temperatures reaching nearly 100 degrees. The main source of relief from this heat is air conditioning, but Alabama Power is recommending that when it's 100 degrees outside, everyone should set their thermostats to 80 degrees. Apparently, there is something called the 20-degree rule that most of us are likely unaware of. Per WBRC, Anthony Cook with Alabama Power says that the rule is based on industry standards for the way most air conditioners are designed. He says your AC unit will typically lower the temperature in your home about 20 degrees from what the temperature is outside, meaning if it's 100 degrees outside, most homes will only get down to around 80 degrees. Cook also says that you can set your thermostat for a lower temperature, but that it might not help much and you'll end up spending more money in the long run. He says it will continue to run in order to try and reach the temperature of where you set it, but it really won't get it beyond that 20-degree mark, so you'll be wasting energy, which essentially means wasting money. For more tips, visit alabamapower.com. For more news stories like these, plus weather with a Justin Deal and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
And we're back with the Clean Plate Club. I've had my traditional Alabama barbecue egg roll.
We got to start bringing bigger plates.
I didn't need this, definitely bigger plate. So if you're planning a wedding or an anniversary party or any kind of an event, but June was the month of weddings. I've been to a bunch of weddings. I played bagpipes at one. I went as a guest at another. And a guest. My sister's getting married. Too many weddings.
It's a thing. June weddings.
But these little egg roll thingies are perfect for that, wedding buffet where you're getting along. You got barbecue, but you got the barbecue. You got to put on a plate, and you got to get the roll. Put on it. This is genius.
Perfect for your party. Neat, no mess.
Perfect
Great
for
appetizer.
Your party perfect.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Absolutely party perfect.
The cabbage isn't overwhelming or undercooked or anything. That's a good thing. Oh, nice.
And paprika is the secret to the potato salad. That's the line from that movie.
That is the line. That is the line.
Paprika.
We have some peppers growing in the shipment spot by the highway.
I'm excited about all the peppers
and
and
pimento peppers
tomatoes and
yes,
things coming up. So.
Cayenne, Fiesta, and jalapenos of many different
colors. Those are
colors.
that many different varieties of peppers.
There are, like tomatoes.
Gosh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
We have holy moles and mucho nachos and
I thought it was something else.
Sweet bananas and other bananas and.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let's do the dessert.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well let's do. I have spoons for the dessert, and well you have a spoon.
I have a spoon.
Good deal. We can scoop those down.
Look at that. Now this.
So I don't have to catch the blueberries. She's been throwing them at me since
This is a red,
First
white, and
commercial
blue.
break.
You can't really
it's
see
red,
it.
white, and blueberry. It's
Red,
got
white, and blueberry.
nice kind of layers in it.
There it is.
It
There it is.
presents really well. Yes.
See it that way.
And it is blueberry season.
It is blueberry season.
is coming to an end pretty soon. So
Is it coming to an end? Blueberries are that short a season?
they are a short season, and I've still got some that aren't blue yet on the bush. So we've probably got another 10 days.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And they only have one short season.
Yeah, and I've got, I think, a different variety because they
Yours
blew
are
up a
growing?
little later, so I'll get a couple more weeks on mine.
That is
So
all
we
right
can
right
hang
there.
on to some blueberries for a little while if the birds don't get them all.
Now, our blueberries, they grow in a bush. You just said that. Once they've blueberried and the bush is done, is that the end of the bush, or you have to replant them, or they grow every
No,
year?
they come back every year.
Okay.
I'm just going to print it up a little bit.
Yeah, they get bigger and stronger, and this is probably the most blueberries I've ever seen on our bushes in the little orchard there.
You've had a lot this year.
We we covered them twice. You know, they bloomed early, and then we had a couple of late frosts, and so we were careful to cover them so that they wouldn't get frozen. We lost all the blueberries last year, and so it's just been a bumper crop. And these freeze really well if you put them up in a container that's the size that's called for in whatever kind of recipes you're going to use them in. Then they're right there ready for you. And in most of the recipes, you don't have to thaw the blueberries. You just dump the frozen blueberries in whatever it is you're cooking, and it turns out very well. So we have quite a few little half pints, I guess, of cup-size blueberries in the freezer now.
Really?
This is great.
It is okay, isn't it? That's a
They
red
are
velvet cake with. I didn't really know how that kind of chocolatey thing was going to go with the blueberries, but I guess when you put homemade whipped cream on it, anything is amazing.
Everything tastes better with homemade whipped cream.
Absolutely, yes.
And frozen blueberries are a great
Lovely.
snack, by the way.
They are, yes.
Pull them out of the freezer. And crunch
Healthy
on them.
snack.
So we'll hopefully still have some blueberries this Saturday for the farmers market.
We should.
Farmers market in Jacksonville
Loads
every Saturday.
of fresh tomatoes.
And we will have some actual ripe tomatoes for the Jacksonville Farmers Market, which is, and the green beans.
You know, you say ripe, that's 2 days away.
That's probably a day away.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, the next day, it's
Yep,
going to be
it'll be
perfect.
red.
Really enjoyed my cherry tomatoes. I hate to call them cherry tomatoes because they're so much bigger.
They are kind of bigger, aren't
They're
they?
awesome.
They're like almost a plum tomato. I think
But
we have some of those
they
too.
will get redder as they.
They will.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
interesting.
we have quite an assortment of different types of tomatoes in the garden, along with the peppers and onions. I planted onions this year. I haven't done that before.
Really?
Yes. And we have
Lots of
basil and
herbs, and
oregano,
there's some corn coming up.
dill and corn and cantaloupes, and the Blue Lake pole beans are coming on strong,
They're
and
going
they've
crazy.
just started. Yes, so that's going to be a thing.
That's amazing.
You're growing faster than you can pick them.
Wow, really?
The okra's coming along too, so
Yes.
The little Shipman Farm is.
very excited.
It's trucking right along.
My goodness.
Yes.
You're going to need people to come out and pick things.
No, we're good. Thank you.
You're good?
Yes.
You got enough pickers?
It's funny that when you invite people to come and pick your garden, that they fail to pick any weeds out of the garden. They just come and take the vegetables and like
Take
a
them
horde of
and take them,
locusts and
yes.
take them. Yes, and so. So I'm not apt to invite a whole lot of people in.
Her social network's kind of small.
Yes.
Let's invite the locusts over.
Invite the locusts. Yeah, these bad boys get really big, these Cherokee purples, and we have some Cherokee chocolates planted as well. We'll
Those
see
are
what those
fun.
look
We're
like.
going to make some fun
Cherokee chocolates?
salsa with that
Yes,
action. Yeah.
yes.
Why are they called
Because I assume
the
because
color.
it's going to be a brown tomato.
I saw a thing on the internet, which means you can't probably believe it, but it was this rooster that was, or this chicken that was pure jet black from head to toe and laid black eggs. And apparently
That was a hen then.
Yeah, it was a hen. Yeah, so laid black eggs, and the meat in this hen was black as well. Everything was black.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that? I don't know if that's real or not. I've never seen anything
How
like
could that be
before.
attractive? Why
Well,
would
it's
I
on
want
the
to eat
internet.
that?
It must be true.
Well, it was jet black. It's like, you can get Lamborghinis in jet black. It looked very,
Lamborghinis,
very high
chickens, roosters that lay eggs.
But they're also very, very expensive. These are like primo hens, designer hens.
I'll have to ask my friend Chris about that. See what he thinks about that.
I can just see it in somebody's marble backyard and having some black hens, jet black hens walking around. It was very, very high tech. Bill Gates probably has those.
Oh my goodness,
I'm sure he has a marble chessboard.
John,
in his
I
backyard.
worry about you some days.
And just some days.
Your overexposure to the internet.
Well, you just can't believe anything anymore.
Trust but verify.
Trust but verify.
There's so many AI images now and they're very good. And the only ones that are obvious fakes are like the ones where they've got, pictures of the Egyptian slaves building the pyramid. You're like, yeah, I know that one's fake, right? Okay, but then you see some that are like from World War II, and you're like, wait a minute, I've seen a lot of World War II pictures. And I've never seen this one.
It's getting hard to.
And so it's really getting hard to know what's real.
Hard to know what's real and what's not real.
But
I'll tell you
this
what
is real.
This is real.
This is real.
And what else is real is on Jacksonville Farmers Market this Saturday. We're taking pre-orders for the holiday week. We can do
butts and sides.
Smoked Boston butt.
Butts and sides.
2 pans of sides, or do it a la carte. Pick what you want. We got sauce to go with it, and we would love to take that off your plate.
Oh, and you would love
to put ours on yours.
Yes.
You would love to have it off your plate as well. So yeah, so come to the
show up,
farmers
sign
market.
up, or give us a call, or hit us up on Facebook, and we'll
Oven Odyssey 938-899.
42.
We'll get you fixed up.
And
get it before it's too late.
Yes.
Come to the farmers market. They've got all kinds of cool stuff there, including Dad Byron's
famous barbecue sauce.
Byron's famous barbecue sauce, which is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you very much.
And so you need to get some of that. Order some butts.
Get your butt smoked here. Absolutely.
Yes. Are you going to smoke them right there at the farmer's market?
No, but I will rub it for you before I smoke it.
Like a good cigar.
We will
It just never
also
stops.
It just never stops.
baked items and some lovely parfaits that won't be these identical parfaits, but we'll have something akin to those with the homemade whipped cream. Yes, and hopefully some fresh fruit. Not tomatoes. I don't think tomatoes would make a very good parfait.
Oh,
but
probably
who knows?
But we'll have tomatoes.
Yeah, we will have tomatoes.
Just not tomatoes.
All kinds of vegetables,
Not
all kinds of stuff. So don't, 4th of July is coming up. You want to be able to socialize with your family and perhaps
Absolutely. Plan ahead.
refresh yourself with some adult beverages. But
Let me spend 13 hours on that smoker for you,
Correct.
because it's hard work.
relax and enjoy
hard
yourself and have Chef Dave do all the heavy lifting so that you can impress your friends.
Yes.
And
with your culinary
you can
skills.
You can
say claim it as your own.
The Byron sauce is yours, and they'll be really impressed. And,
I won't tell.
and they'll ask, how did you make this? And you go, it's a secret.
Yes. Ancient Chinese secret.
Ancient
Proprietary.
secret.
Okay, I crossed the line. It's too late.
Okay, yeah. There's no pulling back now, guys.
But you've got to take advantage of this because holidays are for being around family.
Absolutely.
And why not let Oven Odyssey take care of everything for you?
Yes.
And don't forget the farmers market every Saturday during the season here from 7 a.m. until noon. Lots of good stuff there, including Oven Odyssey.
7 until 11 for the Anniston Farmers Market, and
are you at the Anniston Farmers Market?
we are not yet. No, we're already spread pretty thin, so but we may be there. And Gadsden does a farmers market on Fridays, and so you can just make the rounds and see. Pick up what you are looking for, I would think, by now from all the many different vendors. So not a bad way to spend it on a Saturday morning.
Yes, spend your Saturday.
Yeah, don't sleep late. No, don't do that.
Get up early, go to the farmers market,
go home,
markets. Chow down.
Yes.
Plan your
can
parties.
nap.
Fall's coming. There's all kinds of festive things. And Chef Dave will be happy to, and the book will be coming out in the fall.
In the fall,
We hope.
yes.
And we'll have lots of recipes for you.
But not the barbecue sauce.
Not the barbecue sauce. We will not have the barbecue sauce recipe.
No.
That you just have to buy.
I'll do anything, but not that.
Not that.
Okay, meatloaf. That was I'll do anything for love. All right. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being with us today on Oven Odyssey Wednesday, and we look forward to seeing you